I think it's interesting that, someone with your personality type, especially being introverted, would want to start a show on LinkedIn. You know, walk me through that. Like, what was that thinking like? Because I have to imagine that emotionally you're kind of like, oh, okay, am I really going to do this?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's that sense of like imposter syndrome. Like, am I really
Mm-hmm.
qualified to do this? But at the end of the day, kind of my thought process is like, who cares if nobody
Yeah.
watches it? Like, at least I get value out of it.
Right.
And if people do watch it and they don't like it, well, they'll forget about it and that's fine.
That's
Um,
right.
so me being an introvert, I would say like I mean, obviously, if you're an introvert, you have times where you can be extroverted, but then you need time to recover. I think it's easier for me to do virtual conversations and podcasts and things like that because I have a lot of time to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
I can adjust the information after and really just have a framework around the conversation that we're going to have.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
good point.
so that's easy for me. And then I really just find it interesting to talk with people. So I, as much as it's kind of taxing, like sometimes before recording the podcast, I'm like, I really do not feel like doing this.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of push myself and get through it.
Yeah.
And I really think like everybody has something valuable to say. Everyone has unique experiences.
Yeah.
So, if you're feeling like anybody watching this, if you're feeling like you're introverted and it's hard for you to communicate, it's all about the preparation and figuring out what you want to say. And if you don't
Yeah.
want to say anything at all, just do what I did and interview other people.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Keep it simple. It's funny. I think that we all, as marketers, we're always trying to push content out there and get seen, for the brands we're growing. And so the 24-hour news cycle can be just a grind because you're always trying to stay in front of people. But in this way, it's almost like you find comfort in that 24-hour cycle because if it's bad or people don't want to see it, it's going to go away in pretty much 24 hours or 48 hours. And people are completely, it's like trying to be found on the second page of Google. So
Yeah.
there's a little bit of comfort, I think, there, and I think you're kind of making a case um, for introverts, and because I think I don't know, my original thinking was like there's this big social thing that's happening, and it's almost like this big social event you have to walk into, but being on LinkedIn, you control how much you engage, and if you're doing something like this, I mean, to your point, like it's one person that you're having a conversation with. It's not, part of a big group of people. So it's actually this kind of platform or concept plays to the introvert.
Absolutely. Yeah, like you said, when I'm walking to a conference or something, I love it because there's so many different people and you can
Mhm.
look around, but after a while it's like overstimulating. There's too
Agreed.
many people, you're
Agreed.
tired. When you schedule a conversation or you have a podcast or you're just reaching out on LinkedIn,
Mhm.
connecting even like, on the spot, I think it's really nice to have that time in that space and even that boundary of like not being in the same place. So I think it is like kind of a unifier LinkedIn for extroverts and introverts alike. I'm sure the extroverts can't wait to get back and be in person.
Yeah. Right.
I can wait a
Right.
little longer.